The algorithm. Fuck the algorithm. Good morning. A little different action here, a little different angle. Figure we'll use the whole room here, right? Switch it up a little bit. Felt a little stagnant going that way. I don't know. Try something different. So this morning, it's I used to be all ego at one point in my 20s and 30s, geez, especially playing guitar. No matter how humble you think you are, especially the musicians, the guitarists like to show off. So the question I'm asking this morning is the difference between confidence and having a ego, like out of control ego. Everyone has an ego, whether it's good or bad. Ego is your on earth personal identity, that goes along with your name and your social and all that good stuff. It's no matter what, you have an ego and an identity based on the things that you've done, what you're known for in your groups, no matter how big or small. I'm known as the tall guitar player guy that cracks jokes nonstop. Doesn't know how to shut his mouth. But I know who I am. And but there's a difference between controlling and keeping that ego in check and then becoming all ego. And it's funny because if you boil it down, the ego has nothing to do with your actual soul and your actual self. The ego is the part that egos get guys, egos get people in jail. Egos land people dead. I'm not joking. Like it can really, really run away. It can go from just trying to be a show-off guitar player on stage and having an ego like that, and look at me, which is still, it's I guess acceptable to some degree, but it's still, confidence is what we want. And you know the difference. You see ego all day long over the dumbest shit. People flexing on TikTok over stupid shit. I don't even understand half of what I'm looking at, but they're all ego. And these women with the lips and the fake butt and all these weird features. It's hilarious. I was watching Joey Tunes. I don't know if you ever watched Joey Tunes. Hilarious. Cartoonist and comedian. And he just rips into these people. And man, I almost think he's not going hard enough. And he goes hard. But these people need a shot. Oh, man. But regardless, I see some of these younger guys, and they're willing to go to jail over you looking at them wrong or cutting them off on the road. They're so angry inside, and I believe they're just very, very misled. They've been lied to. They've been told you got to be like a Wes Watson, Cro-Magnon idiot that lifts weights and just takes what he wants in life. That's not anyone who's a high value man knows you can't just do that. You can, but that's not going to last forever. And I think Wes is going back to jail. All these meatheads, you know who I'm talking about. It's all like a lot of these fitness guys that are fake fitness guys like that Bubba. And there's a bunch of them. You see them. There's a Les Watson now. I don't know. But they get on there and they're all angry. You got to be a man like that. Oh, shut the fuck up. If you're all macho and all yelling, a guy who's in control will just laugh off of a fight and see you on the road. You cut him off and be like, whatever. A man controls this. A man controls his emotions. An angry, frightened boy, reacts and just lashes out on the road and chases people home with a gun because someone cut them off. And they were the ones that cut him off. That didn't happen to me. Of course, it didn't happen to me. It's just silly. I was talking with my good friend Tony just the other day, and we're talking about, and he must have experienced it recently because he's in Florida. He's in St. Augustine, and I can imagine, it's this culture has changed. In the '90s, we had more positivity, we had more variety, we had more expression and personal expression. Even though there was kind of a look and a style, if you think back to it, there was a lot of unique trends and a lot of unique expression happening then. And then it seems like the last, I would say, 20 years, even since like 20, I would say since 2007, 2006, which is funny because that's when the iPhone started catching. Everything just got funneled. Everything just got funneled into these few categories. Everyone starts looking the same. All the athletes start even playing the same and looking the same. And, all the music starts sounding the same and looking the same. So then I think all these people lose their identity. I think maybe that's part of the anger. There's people who don't know who they are, and they think they need to be a person that they are not. Like they need to be this buff, protective guy, and then I think they lash out because that's not them. But they want to go to jail. You see it out there. Some people do get killed. You see Uber drivers getting sorry, I gotta say unalived, right, for YouTube because they can't handle the K word. It's just it blows my mind. So I was waking up today thinking about this with this ego, this fake pride, macho bullshit that everyone's running around with, and I see the real men. Like imagine like Goggins, right? He wouldn't just get into a fight. He would verbally make you feel like an idiot, but he'd be smiling. You wouldn't get to that guy. If you guys fought, he would probably unalive most people in a fight. For what? And then the next guy, then you gotta off the next guy and off the next guy because it's silly. Anyone who's a real tough guy, a real man, can control the emotion and not let into that garbage. And it's funny how you flip the script. You will flip the script and kill them with kindness. My other good friend Sam always says, kill them with kindness, even if you're fuming, upset with them. Like if you're gonna be a jerk anyways, go out of your way to be a jerk. Go out of your way to be nice and watch what happens. Not fake nice, but really be nice. Turn the other cheek and then see. They'll be sometimes they'll be mad, but sometimes they'll turn them over, and at least you diffuse the situation. At least you live another day and you don't go to jail because somebody cut you off. That's not why you're mad. You know why you're mad. You don't know who you are. You've been lied to since childhood, from the mainstream, from your maybe it's some poor parenting around you, it's some poor leadership, and for that, that's tough. It's tough to overcome. But that's why you're upset. You're not mad because someone's cutting you off. You're not mad because you're disrespected. Even if you take care of the guy, oh, I'm going to show you. No one knows who you are, dude. No one knows who you are. You aren't showing anyone anything. And when you get to jail, try that shit there and see what works. Try to be Mr. Boss Man in there. So with that, all I say is my warning this morning is, and it's still a thing I control is my temper and my emotions. Nonstop, I'm thinking about it and trying to control it, and it's becoming more natural. And I think if you limit your exposure to the public, that'll help. But you can't hide home forever either. So think about, coach yourself through these things. Like be in your own mind. When something happens, for whatever you want to say about Joe Rogan, but the guy can control his emotion. There's things to learn even from, a guy like Joe Rogan. I'm sorry, I mean it to sound mean. I actually like Joe. Anyhow, I can't wait to get shit for that. If anyone's watching this, if the algo even gets there, that's another whole thing. The algorithm. Fuck the algorithm. But you know what? You have a great day, though. I will see you later. I got some more stuff coming. All right. Go kill him, tiger.